Hello everybody, I have had a question come up in the group Entrepreneur to Edupreneur today from Darren Flett, who is asking, where do we sell our courses, how do we promote our courses, how do we get our courses out to the world? Well Darren, there are a number of ways that you need to do that, and there's a number of different ways, like any kind of marketing, that you get people into your funnel. It works exactly the same way in online course world. So one of the strategies I often say to people is, first of all, to be aware of the fact that there are different ways that you can host your online courses out there. One is using marketplaces. Now, Udemy, for instance, is a marketplace. This is a platform that basically is like the supermarket of online course world, where anyone can host their courses, but you have to bear in mind that they set the rules, they own the students, they own your course, so to speak. You're simply putting your course on their shelf, which means that they are the boss of you. That comes with its drawbacks. You don't own your students, you cannot control your course, you can't control what it's sold for, and lots of other negatives. But the bonuses are that they have over now, I believe, 11 million students now, 11 million. So it's a huge market for you to pick up and get exposed to audience members that you wouldn't normally have exposure to. They're all there to look for and buy online courses. So I've got thousands of students from that platform who have paid me to do my online courses. It brings me in a full-time passive income. They have lots of affiliates, so people are always promoting your courses for you, as do Udemy. So that's one of the great benefits about that. Now, I always say to people, put your cheap taster courses on Udemy. Udemy are going to promote you. They're going to get you exposure. If you've got really good taster courses, those people are going to want more from you. But because they're only your taster, they're only your sample courses, obviously it's going to be a less of a kick in the nuts when your course gets sold for just a couple of dollars, which can happen on some occasions. So just to give you an example, here's my Udemy account here. I've got sort of my main three flagship courses, if you like: how to promote, market and sell your course, how to create courses, and how to become the go-to authority in your industry, people sharing their expertise. So what I have done here, and I'll just show you one of them as an example, the How to Create Profitable Courses course. This is my taster course. So in here there are, I don't know how many hours does it say of training. I can't find how many hours. I mean, it's got over 50 lectures in there, so it's really valuable. I've put hard work into that. I've given good stuff, but it is only a taster. A lot of it's more information, and then what you need to do next is make people want more. So that's why it does have to be valuable. Now, I recommend then using an LMS, a learning management system, and again there are tons out there. Some examples are Thinkific, Teachable, Kajabi. There's a huge list, but they're sort of the top three most popular at the moment. Now, what I always say to people is there are a bunch of questions you need to ask yourself before you choose an LMS. You need to know what functionalities you need it to have for your business. What are you trying to achieve by selling online courses, first of all? Are you just selling some courses as a free lead magnet for a completely different type of business, or are you selling online courses as a profession? Therefore, you're probably going to need, those two different scenarios are going to need two different types of platforms to use. Now, all of them have free trials, so I always say to people, go and do the free trials of all of them, because the fact is that these days they are all pretty similar. If one gets a new feature, the rest of them get that same new feature pretty quickly, because they all have to compete with one another. They're all similarly priced, and they all have great training programs and everything that comes with them. So more than anything now, it's less about functionality because they are so similar. It's more about which one you prefer the feel of, really. It's in a loose way of putting it. Now, I do have a free document you can download called 41 Questions You Need to Ask Yourself Before You Choose an LMS System. To give you my own preference after trying them all, my personal preference was Thinkific. I absolutely absolutely love it. It's really, really great. I'm not saying that any of the others are no good. They're great. I just personally preferred the usability, the user experience of Thinkific. So that's the one I ended up going with. I'll put a link below. Now, once you have got your more advanced courses on Thinkific, so to give you an example, here's my Thinkific school. And the great thing about this, by the way, is you can simply create a subdomain of your existing website. So although it says MainTraining.thinkific.com there, it's actually courses.maintraining.com, so that it all matches with my company branding. You can create all of your different categories, but let me show you the comparison here. I've got the same course here called Create Profitable Courses. Now, as you can see, I'm just going to split these in half. Now, my Udemy one is only $35, and my one on my Thinkific school is $147 at the moment. That price is actually due to go up. But here's the difference. I have well over 60 tutorials. I have loads of downloads, loads of texts, loads of PDF documents, handouts, and about 2 more hours worth of content on my Thinkific school version than I do on my Udemy version. So this Thinkific school version is like a much more advanced, it's much more interactive, there's discussion panels and everything in there. This is the one where I really spend my one-on-one time. Then what you want to do is you want to have a whole other level. Now, one of the things you can do is have your own school set up on your WordPress website, for instance. I personally just don't have the time, the patience, or the technical ability to manage all of that. I like using the Thinkific platform purely because it's all managed for me. If something goes wrong or breaks, it's not my problem, it's Thinkific's. So I kind of just, it's sort of that laziness done for me type scenario. However, you can take that to another level by having your own hosted school in your own WordPress website. Well worth looking into if you've got the time and the skill to do that. But what you can do is once you've got your introductory taster versions in Udemy, you've got your advanced courses in Thinkific, then what you can do is take it to a whole other level and start having your face-to-face programs, your consulting services or one-on-one coaching to go with those as well, which is obviously your next step up when it comes to how many dollars that you can actually charge. So look, there is so much more that I can teach you than that. That's a very, very basic overview, but I hope that gives you some idea as to sort of the funnel journey that you need to have so that you can be drawing all different types of audience members in from all of the different places that you're hosting your programs. At the end of the day, the more places you've got your courses hosted, the more opportunity you've got for people to find you and buy from you. One of the other things I'm looking at doing at the moment is I'm looking into getting some of my courses up on SlideShare. Very different model. We'll be talking about that with some other experts later on. And also Amazon have just opened up like a bit of a course platform called Amazon Video Direct, which I haven't started playing on yet. It does have some special rules, like your videos do have to be closed captioned, you have the text at the bottom, the subtitles. But they are also 2 places that I think are going to be really, really good to get content on as well. So hope that helps. Good start. If you've got any more questions, give us a shout in the Facebook group Entrepreneur to Edupreneur. Enjoy your course creation journey. See ya!